Mostly cloudy and 78. The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays 2 to 5. Right here on 1420 WEMB Sports Radio.
Tri-City Sports now, Marky Bilson here. And by the way, talked about how the Yankees were doing a number on the Rays. They took the first two games of the series. They're playing now. It's getaway day. Yankees will play the Astros tomorrow. So a 3-game series. Got 8 left over the next few weeks with the Rays. But the Yankees are again defeating the Rays. This time 3-0 second inning. I mean, yeah, it's you get the idea that, because of the financial disparity, here's the Yankee. Oh, and Carson, who do we want today to play for our team? Just any veteran they possibly can get. They'll get, That's one of the other things where, I've talked about this, the old book, the old novel by Douglas Wallop, The Year the Yankees Lost the Pennant, which was written way back in 1954, but it was the precursor. It's the novel that the musical Damn Yankees was based on. Shoeless Joe, Cannibal Moe, that sort of thing. And in it, Joe Hardy, he sells his soul so the Washington Senators can finally beat the Yankees and the pennant and all this. And what does the devil do in that book later on? He says, hey, look, you're too good of a ball player not to play for the Yankees. I'm trading you there to him. But that's not what we signed up for. You win the pennant here for the Senators. Don't worry, your favorite team. 5 great prospects, from the Yankees. The Kansas City A's would later take the Washington Senators role of the book and such. But I mean, it's like that now. And how unsatisfying it was. And of course, the Washington Senators would soon become no more. And a lot of it is because the idea was money situation here, even in those days when we can't compete. It's not, Roselle, even with Howard Cosell back in the day, saying, we may be at the year that all teams in the NFL go 8-8. Well, that's not going to happen. And there is something to be said for finding the best way to have some parity in your league. And, the NFL, this is why that every team could go 8-8. Look at the Cleveland Browns. They're, a season off of going 1-31, 0-16 if you prefer. I think they're going to win the division this year. They're 14-1 to win the Super Bowl. Yeah. So modern day sports can turn around kind of fast, A. But B, there is this feeling where, as I said, the Orioles were in the playoffs in 2016. Now where are they? The Royals won the World Series in 2015. Now where are they? The Pirates went to the playoffs 3 straight years. Now where are they? Most recently, 2015. The Giants won the World Series in 14, 12, and 10. Now where are they? And there is this feeling of, gee, it's fleeting for everyone except the Yankees and the Red Sox because of the financial status in baseball. I've always said Bud Selig tried to contract 2 teams, Twins and the Expos. Expos became the Nationals. Twins stayed right where they are. That was short-sighted. That was bad. He didn't succeed in that. You know who did succeed? ESPN. They contracted 28 teams and left the Yankees and the Red Sox. All right, I want to talk a little bit about my favorite restaurant, Asian House. You heard the spot right there. Lunchtime menu, and you can still get in that lunchtime menu. And this is what we really haven't pushed. You get 10% off, but the price is already low. Now, how do you get 10% off? You mentioned me, Marky Bilson. I'm your road to savings and your road to good taste. Hey, look at this suit. If you're watching on Facebook, come on, that's not good. But the lunches, Chinese lunches, begin $5.99, which is not bad. We have fast food restaurants where we've got the $5. Get something nicer. Get something more filling. Get something you're going to remember. Get something healthier. Vegetables. That's in the, get Chinese food. The lunch is $5.99. Now, if you go to shrimp, let's say, it's $6.29 a lunch. Oh, wow. That's going to break your back. But it goes back under $6 when you mention my name or 1420 WEMB Sports Radio. By the way, if you're listening the first time, I'm Marky Bilson. Yes, listen every day, 12 to 2 here, Jetbroadcasting.live if you're out of the tower area, that sort of thing, Anyway, you've got that at Asian House. Now, where is Asian House? It's in the Shops on West Market. If you're not familiar, West Johnson City, on your way to Jonesboro on 11E or 321. It's got both, U.S. highway determinations, but West Market Street, you know where it's at. Big 4-lane into Jonesboro, that sort of thing. Obviously, if you're coming from Jonesboro or Greenville, then it would be right there on your right. Right as you get into Johnson City, a little bit beyond the Welcome to Johnson City sign. Well, actually, the city limits sign. I think the Welcome to Johnson City sign is somewhere around State of Franklin. If you got to State of Franklin, you've gone too far, okay? It's if you're coming into Johnson City. But what it is, not only the Chinese food that I told you about, and I've been, talking a lot about that, but I've also been talking a lot about their Japanese fare. Sushi, sashimi, and the grill. My mouth was watering thinking of the Asian House food. This is quite literal. My mouth was watering, and some of it, went down my throat, okay? Hold on. All right. You didn't hear that on the radio, but the Facebook people saw it. Anyhow, I've said this before, when you have lunch, what happens? I've been having this a lot because I had a big dinner. I had a big dinner on Monday. And I just went straight to sleep after that, all the blood is rushed to your stomach, this sort of thing. Well, there's a little bit of that when you have something, like say a cheeseburger. It's greasy, it's got the cheese on it, that dairy kind of puts you to sleep, that sort of thing. So I want you to consider, this is 2019, come on, have some sushi. I know people who like sushi so much, they're baseball players, they spent their entire signing bonus eating sushi every day, but I'm not saying you have to eat it every day. Hey, you can at Asian House. They're closed on Mondays. But sushi with the rice, with the fish, it's high in protein, very low in fat, and it keeps you going for the rest of your work day or for the rest of the day. It's the best thing right there that you can have for lunch. And you mentioned my name, Marky Bilson, 1420 WEMB Sports Radio, the Tri-City Sports Now program. Signs up there in a window. You get 10% off. And that also goes for dinner. Hey, you've already eaten lunch. That's okay. Go to Asian House tonight for dinner. You want to watch a late show? Hey, there's sushi, right? You want something traditional? Feast on the Chinese fare. You'll get 10% off, and they only raise the price a couple of bucks for dinner. You know how that goes and all this. But it's Asian House right there. Shops in West Market. I'm thinking of going there tonight myself. Okay, and you got the Happy Box, which has the 20 traditional meals. But go to that goasianhouse.com menu. Yeah, goasianhouse.com. See what I'm talking about. And you're going to see a really expansive menu, because I don't know if I'm going to have the Happy Box. I will in the future. But I'm thinking of that Kung Pao beef. I've had Kung Pao chicken. George likes his chicken spicy. Well, Marky wants to see what the beef is like spicy. That sounds really, really good. So it's Asian House, Shops in West Market. On the way to Jonesboro on your left, right there, the big shopping center has a Walmart, all that sort of stuff. If you're going in from Jonesboro, it's on your right. You know where it's at, right there. Plenty of parking, Asian House. Go there now. All right. Had to mention all of that. Mention a little bit about the Giants, trading for Madison Bumgarner. Now, Tim Kirchin has some thoughts here on what the Giants could get for Bumgarner, who appears to be in his last days. Now, I think he's lost some velocity. He's not the pitcher he once was. But then again, you don't think the Phillies would like him as a number 5 starter? Think about this. Okay. Yankees would probably be on the top of the list. What a surprise, Lineup, ridiculously productive when it comes to hitting the ball out of the ballpark. Really? You just don't say. How much would they be willing to give up? A lot of people think about Clint Frazier, who basically had 11 home runs, hitting 285 real good, but they pick up in Carcione. You heard his home run earlier. We played the highlight. And so Frazier's got to get sent down to Scranton Wilkesboro in AAA, basically because he's the guy that has the options. All right, Giants might like this guy. What do you think? I mean, he could be under team control, first of all, to 2025. By the way, am I the only one who, Giants, small market, they're in top 5 market? I mean, that's not... Anyway, just mentioning. And so this is now being the deal that's getting discussed. Frazier for Bumgarner. Now, like I said, Bumgarner, not the pitcher he once was. 3-6 with a 3.87 ERA. But he's gotten better. He's got a 3.32 ERA through 3 starts in June. The man always knew how to pitch. The man has guile. We know that. And so, his fastball, 92, not overpowering, but he's not a soft tosser either. Frazier for Bumgarner? All right, that's the trade rumor going around in baseball right now. I think the Phils might be interested too, but who would they ever give up?
Theater is a world-renowned